Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Ritz, the makers of these original classic crackers that my mom used to snack on when I was a kid. I remember her pulling out the sleeve and sharing them with me. Today I'm going to be using Ritz crackers to make a couple of dessert items because we are coming into my favorite time of year, which is the holidays. I have such great memories of huge spreads of food, and that was my favorite, just seeing the possibilities all laid out there on the table. And ultimately what the holidays and food means to me during that time of year, it represents welcome, love, comfort, gathering, loved ones, friends. It's just a beautiful time of year. And one of my other favorite traditions is going over to my mother-in-law's with my kids and building gingerbread houses and decorating them. There's something about that tradition that is just so comforting, loving, sweet, and it's a treat. We only do this once a year. We only indulge in all these sweets this time of year, and I love that tradition so much. So in that vein of fun and celebration, let's make two desserts using Ritz crackers. Now the first one I'm going to be making is one called Ritz Crackers Candy. We're going to need 2 sleeves for this recipe. These also remind me of being in charge of making spinach dip during the holidays. I adore spinach dip. There's something that's so great about dip, and I think it's a combination of textures. You've got that crisp, buttery cracker, and then you've got that dippable dip that's often cool, and it's got a creamy mouthfeel. Oh my goodness. I think if I were to come up with a topping or dip that would be representative of my upbringing on a Ritz cracker, it would probably be Burmese lepeto. If you're not familiar with lepeto, it's my favorite thing to have for breakfast, and it's made of fermented green tea leaves and has crispy beans and pea snacks in there, garlic, oil, and a little bit of lime juice. It is so delicious. Alrighty, back to the task at hand, which is crushing crackers. Here we go. So this is a bit of a secret ingredient, so I'm going to go ahead and pulverize these really finely. You could also blitz these in a food processor and get a really fine crumb. I think it'll be a fun little experiment to see if anyone can guess what the secret ingredient is. Okay, so here are my crackers, all crushed and ground, nice and fine. And in this bowl, I have 10 ounces of marshmallows. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And now we're going to microwave this for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, or until all the marshmallows are melted and poofed up. While we're waiting for the marshmallows to warm up, we can prepare our pan, and I've got some parchment paper in an 8 by 8 inch brownie pan, square pan. If you don't have parchment paper, you can also just grease your pan liberally. Look at that, I love how they poof up. They're so jiggly. So I'm gonna stir the marshmallows. I put them in for about 1 minute. Okay, so now I'm gonna add vanilla, work that in, and our crushed crackers. So I'm going to put in about half in the beginning and work that in. Oh my gosh, that smells so good. That vanilla. So I put an initial load. And now I'm going to put the rest. Take this wonderful mixture, place it into our pan. And with impeccably clean hands that I've oiled, I'm going to just press this into the pan. Then we're just going to let this cool so that we can cut it into nice little bite-sized pieces. So while our Ritz cracker candy is cooling, let's go ahead and make our second recipe. In a saucepan, I've got 1 stick of butter. And to that, we're going to add an equal amount of brown sugar. Bloop, right into there. And we're just gonna let that melt. If you're like me, you're gonna wanna mess with this and stir this around, but there really is no need. We're just gonna bring it up to a boil and then cook it for 3 minutes. 3. While that's going, I've got a 1/4 sheet baking pan here, and I sprayed it with a little bit of oil. You can also butter it. And we're gonna line that with some Ritz crackers. Oh boy. Okay. Ta-da! This smells so good. Buttery, butterscotchy. It smells so good. And now we're going to pour this beautiful concoction on top of our crackers. Spread the caramel all over. So behind me I have my oven heated up at 375 degrees, and we're just gonna pop this whole pan in there for a few minutes. Alrighty, our caramel coated crackers are smelling divine. While it's hot, we're gonna sprinkle them with some semi-sweet chocolate chips. Nice layer. So, cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. And then back into our hot oven. Okay, it's been 1 minute and that's enough. Just check to see when the chips are nice and spreadable. That's all you need to do, just so you can smear them around. So at this point, if you want to add some chopped nuts to this, chopped peppermint candies, all of which would be lovely. Alrighty, so now we need this to completely cool. You can speed things up by letting it cool to room temperature and then placing it in the refrigerator. We want it really cold so that we can snap the bark really nicely. Alrighty, I'll see you in a little bit. Alrighty, my lovelies, I am back with my Ritz cracker candy and I cannot wait to see what this tastes like. So I folded on the edges and that helped to make everything nice and flat. So let's take it out. And look how easily it comes out of the pan. It actually slices really easily. I thought it was going to be sticky, but I'm not having any trouble. And that's what it looks like. Itadakimasu. It has a very fun texture. It's simultaneously fluffy and chewy. It's a little bit like a taffy almost in consistency. The marshmallow gives it a really great chewy but slightly sticky texture. The vanilla in there instantly says this is dessert, plus all of that sugar. And then you've got the Ritz crackers in there that add savory, buttery notes, along with a little bit of butter we added in there. It's so good. It has a really nice balance of both salty and sweet. Our Ritz cracker chocolate caramel bark out, and give this one a taste. You can cut this if you like, which might be nice to kind of bag up, but I actually prefer just taking the bark and just breaking it into shards. And you get these great pieces. Alrighty, let's give this one a taste. Here we go. Itadakimasu. The Ritz crackers do such a great job absorbing that beautiful butter toffee. They add a light crispness along with the toffee that has more of a brittle crunch. Then you've got that layer of crisp semi-sweet chocolate on top, which is not overly sweet, just goes perfectly with the toffee. Such a classic combination of toffee and chocolate. So good. This flavor combination takes me back to the holidays too. When my father would come home from work around the holidays, friends and co-workers would bring homemade sweets, and I loved the English toffee. This combination of toffee, buttery, caramel flavors with chocolate, so good and screams holidays to me. Delicious. Alrighty, my lovelies, this season show how you celebrate with Ritz. Thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to Ritz for sponsoring this video. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! I'm so happy that I don't have to wash any pans. It's the simple, small things in life